Hello, 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 hello. Thank you guys so much for joining us, especially coming out on a Monday night and taking time out of your busy schedule. Welcome to the relaunch of 50 is the New Now and our podcast recording live on the DETV Women's Network. We just want to thank everyone here for coming. I want to introduce my co-host, co-founder, best friend of 36 years, don't do the math, Tiffany Chalk.
Hey, everybody. So super excited to be here for the relaunch of 50 is the New What Now? What's next?
So here's the thing. I just want you guys to know that this is really like informal. We just like to talk and vibe. We do have some topics coming up, but we do want you to know that we have a very special guest. She's going to give you all the solutions, all the insight around this thing, the capital M, menopause. So in a couple of minutes, probably like in the next 10 or 15, we'll have Sherelle Flagg come up, and you'll be able to hear from her and get your questions answered. But before we do that, why don't we double back a little?
What are we going to double back
We're going
on?
to double back because we left these people hanging for a whole year.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did.
We did. We left y'all hanging for a whole year. Sorry about that.
Just
Life
about.
started lifing. Life
Just
started
about.
lifing. So let's take it all the way back for those that have never joined us first and talk about like how we started 50 is the New Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, late 2018, before going into turning 50, it was just like, I'll be turning 50 soon, like some lifestyle changes I wanted to make and just be a better me. And then there was also personal goals I had set for myself that I thought was too late. But that's what 50 is the New Now is about.
Right,
it was not too late. So I just really buckled down going into 2019 and really getting a hold of my weight. Like I always said, I was a pretty healthy fat girl, right? Knowing that, y'all could have laughed at that. Like, it's okay. I call myself a fat girl all the time. But knowing that high blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things run in my family, and though I didn't have any of those issues, I needed to do something about that. And that was like, you'll be turning 50 in a year. Like, we know your body changes, things function differently like after you turn 50. So that was the first thing that I tackled going into my, okay, 50 is a new now. It's not too late. You still can do some of the things that you've been putting on the back burner. Let's get it done now.
Yeah. And then for me, so I turned 50 6 months after you. So I'm the next year. So what happened for me was, I didn't know, but my children had planned for me to go to Cape Verde, and I had scheduled all these photo shoots with Blake. So what I had to do was I had to cram all these photo shoots into one day. And so that's where the tagline came from, 50 is the New Now, because it was during COVID. I couldn't have a party. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this photo shoot, and I'm going to release these pictures, and I'm going to make this my 50th birthday celebration. Well, out of that, the 50 is the New Now kind of took off. People were using it, and then we started getting questions about different things. And for me, 50 was monumental for me because it really had me take a step back and look at my life. The first 49 years were dedicated to my kids. Everything was dedicated to my kids, my life, my resources, and everything. And there's always this running joke with my youngest son where the day that he graduates from college, that they're gonna get me a chopper and I'm gonna drive it all through Europe by myself. Like that was always the running joke. We're gonna get you a chopper, we're gonna get you a chopper. But plans have changed. But I say all that to say that I had a long list of things that I wished I could have done, and I did find myself on like that shoulda, coulda, woulda, like dag, I wish I would've did this, or I wanted to do this. So I just began to like write out a list of the things that I wanted to do. And I began to like really look at other people that were able to kind of cross into doing what they want to do. So I know that I opened up a little while ago about the iconic moment of being in here, but I do want to shout out one person because this is so pivotal. I want to shout out Kim, my cousin Kim, she's right here. And here's why. I remember going to go see her for the first time singing, remember with Franchon? That was the first time I ever saw her sing.
She about to cry, y'all.
I'm about to cry. Don't. We're not going to do it. Oh my God, I'm doing it. Okay, so I went to go see her and I was so excited to support her. But it's interesting when you know someone ever since when they're younger, and then you see them evolve into this person. And I knew all the sacrifice that she did for her son and her kids. And now I'm watching her on stage doing what she's always wanted to do, and that was always on hold, you know? And I kid you not, the people at the table were like, are you all right? I cried her whole performance. I could not stop crying. I was like, no, these are happy tears, I promise. But in my head, like I'm remembering things that were happening, right? From like us as a kid, even down to like Shep and like what happened in school. Like it was just so much just to watch her finally be there and be like, wow, she's there. Like it's her time or her moment. And she paid the price for her kids. And that was like a catalyst to me saying, you know what? I've done this, but I still have time to live my life. So crossing over to that 50 is what that was for me. And then that hashtag, like I said, was just so random. Like that was the name of the photo shoot that I did and how I celebrated my birthday. And I was like, Tiff, we just need to let's just do something.
Yeah.
So share with them, what are some of the things that you have on your list when you cross over to 50 that you've never done?
Well, one was my stationery line. So I've been a lover of paper, all things journal, a journal hoarder, pens, notepads, and all of that. So I own my own business. Who those don't know, Tiffany Chalk Events. 2020 wasn't doing any events. Again, same year I will be turning 50. So it was like, Tiff, you've had designs on the backboard for years. Like, let's get this launched. So that was one thing that was very personal to me, that just, I need to get this done in my year of 50. And I did that. Something else, it might seem trivial, but I have been coloring my hair since I was in my 20s. Now I am 49, about to turn 50, and because of COVID, I had not got my hair colored for like 4 months, and people always encourage me, with your skin tone, it's gonna look so pretty, it's gonna look so pretty. I'm like, no, my husband's already 2 years younger than me. I'm gonna look like a cougar, like all the things. Like, yeah, like
she looks fire.
Yeah,
I love it.
So not getting my hair done, seeing that perimeter, I was like, I don't know. I'm turning 50 this year. I'm gonna do it. And and it was so freeing. Like, you would not think that just letting go, letting your natural gray come in, be so freeing. And now I'll be like, I look fly. I look good. Touch my swag. Wish you would. Yes.
Definitely does. So for me, what I'm going to say may seem kind of odd for those of you that know what I do for a living. Like, I do already have my own business, but for the life of my business has always been centered around bringing my client streams to pass and not really working on my own projects. So one of the things that I wanted to do crossing into 50 that I have to do and must do is starting my own Christian media company. So I've had that idea for about 10, 15 years, and I would start it, stop it. So that's one of the things.
Stop it.
But here's what's so crazy, being really transparent. When my clients call me, I can do their stuff on like a night. I mean, some clients have woken up to full-blooded machines
let me interrupt
in 24 hours. Like $1 million machines.
Burns my biscuits. She'll call me and be like, oh my God, I just gave such and such $1 million ideal. She's making 6 figures plus. And I'll be like, dead silence.
I'm like, I called the wrong person.
Right.
Let me find somebody else who don't know the truth.
Because I'll be like,
let me find somebody else who does not know the truth.
But here's the thing, like, the time is now. Like, no hating against her clients, but I've seen you catapult other people into 7-figure careers. It's time for you to be that.
Amen. And I receive it.
So I remind her every chance I get. She be salty, but I don't care.
I do, because I'm calling her all hype, and I'm like,
no.
I called the wrong person. But what the beauty of being in this group is, like Tiff said, she's going to be doing her stationery. I'm going to be doing the Christian media company, but one of the things we're going to be doing is starting a group as well for you guys. So if those of you that want to be entrepreneurs, we're going to actually allow you to walk with us through this whole process, so you can see on the back end what we do to start something and then monetize it. So that's one of the benefits of being in this group as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. So you gave 2, right? My other one, do not laugh. The other thing on my list.
Go ahead.
I didn't get it out.
I'm sorry.
I told y'all don't laugh.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Because I don't know which one you're going to say, but I feel like the one you're going to say is going to make me laugh. I'm sorry.
So do y'all know what parkour is?
Yes, I knew she was going to say that one.
So during COVID, I started taking parkour lessons. If you don't know what parkour is, it's when you do movements like you're in a video game, like you jump off of walls and Google it. That's the best thing I can say. But I started taking my parkour lessons during COVID. I found this guy. He's a gold medalist out of Atlanta, a black guy named Toro. And he would give me all the lessons. You know what? What's going on back there? Anyway, so he would give me all the lessons via my computer. But let me say this, for us that are 50 and older or turning 50, just taking those classes really help with mobility, because you do a lot of work in how to control your hips and your knees. So I'm going to show y'all some moves. Not today, but I'm going to show y'all some moves.
If y'all see her somewhere and she's doing like this,
you're going to be like, oh my God, it's that video of Tam jumping off that roof. So that was like my high level, like something I'm reaching for. I'm reaching for being a parkour princess at the age of 50. I'll be 53.
Yes, I'll be 54 on Wednesday.
No, wait, I messed up. If you're turning 53, I'm about to be 53. You're 53, right? You're about to be 53?
Yeah.
So then I would be
No,
turning
I'm about to be
53.
54.
54. Right, so then I'm going to be 54. I don't know how old I am.
Yeah.
I don't know my kids' birthdays. I don't know. Like, she tells me everything. My age, what day we did
No, she's
stuff.
53. I'm going to be 54.
So I'll be 54.
In January.
I'll be 54
Yes.
soon. Yep.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So at this time, what we're going to talk about now, we just want to share some tips with you guys, because when we look back at our Facebook group, one of the top topics is fashion, around like where we get our clothes and then how we put it together and then how little we actually spend, I think is what people are like, what?
Yeah.
So we're just going to tell you what we have on today if you did not see us and then you'll see us when we stand up. But you want to go first? Mine's real light.
Sure.
I'm light.
I have on this lovely dress from Amazon. It costs $30.
Hey man, $30. I love 30. I love 30.
Fuchsia pink is my favorite color. I call it Tiffany chalk pink. I added this pen also from Amazon. That was $8.
Okay.
And my shoes, actually, I got at Nordstrom Rack. I think they were $35, and you'll see how cute they are when I'm from behind this stand.
Yeah. So I got this actually during COVID from Zara for like $22. And I know, don't I look like somebody that's like doing the college procession? Like I'm a teacher or something. I don't know.
She doesn't.
I feel like I'm giving that vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like $22. And then my shoes are actually from DSW. They're like snake print, multicolor snake print, which I think came in at like a maybe $17.
Yeah.
But they were like $100 and something at first.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my necklace, TJ Maxx, I probably paid like $29. Yeah. So we're under 100. I'm under 100.
Under $100.
We're under 100. But let me say this, and I say this all the time. You could have on $1 million outfit
Yes.
and not rock it.
No.
It really is about on the inside,
Yeah.
right? Like we literally have on I'm under $60, I feel like.
Right.
Right. But I don't think
might
people
be
would
like
know that if we
80,
didn't say
right.
that.
I always like to say, like, sometimes it's not always about the labels, because you could have on every label, Gucci down to the sock, right? But if you don't have style and an eye for detail, you're missing it. So I think the art of ordering something online from Amazon and just visualizing, oh, how I can remix this and then killing it where you wear it, it's so much more value in something like that than rather going in the store and be like, oh, give me that. That's on the mannequin.
Right. And the other thing is really just being clear and knowing you, like the styles that you like and what you feel comfortable in. Like I have 2 really awesome dresses back there that would have showstoppers, but I know I would be uncomfortable with how fat my arms are. So I was like, I'm gonna do the puffy arm so that I can feel at home sitting up here. So sometimes you have to know that too. Like my mid-waist, I'm not comfortable, so I have a balloon style dress on. It's just being comfortable and knowing your body and what you feel comfortable wearing. Which she's really good at saying, oh, you're a pear, or she's a rectangle. Like, you're good at that.
Right. Yeah, because I think for me, even 60 pounds ago, like people always like, oh, you always dress so nice. I learned how to dress for my body type.
Right.
So I was able to translate my style that way, which it complemented my body. Like, oh my God, you weigh that much? Yes, but because I dressed for my body type and I knew to enhance my legs, because I have nice legs, right? Or be a little bit modest in the midsection area because bottom stomach be winning. I say that all the time, right? So just learning how to dress like that. And I just like to encourage women over 50, like, you wear the stuff.
Wear it.
Wherever you want to wear. Like, wear it with confidence, look great, feel good, and all the things.
Amen. Amen. So this part of our podcast, we normally would have some links. We don't have them, but I'm going to take Ivan's advice and talk about them anyway. And then we'll fill them in. You guys will see the finished product. So what I want to talk about, how many of you guys watched the Olympics? If you didn't watch the Olympics, have you been following the memes? Okay, so with us being
I've been
80s,
following the memes because she would send them to me.
I'm like, what in the world? Okay, 80s and 90s, right? 80s and 90s, babies. Did y'all see the break dance? Did y'all see? Where was her friend at? She don't have no friends, because I'd be like, Tiff, we're not doing that today.
Right.
And if we are going to do it, I'm going to get you the best trainer ever, and we're going to get some real steps.
Yeah.
She did the the kangaroo. Like, I'm like, what is going on?
So me and my husband are old school hip hop heads. Like, don't play with that. He was soft. Like, how dare they? I could have went up on 5th Street and got some boys, and they would have killed it.
I think I could have did something. But what's even sadder is that is the last Olympics that they're doing it. They're not going to do it when it comes back to America. They should do it when it comes here. Because what in the world was that?
I don't know.
And you see her outfit? It was, and she's like, what, almost 52? It was a lot. We should invite her to the group.
Wait a minute.
We should invite her to the group.
That could have been something that she has always wanted to do, and now she's embarking on 50, and she let her
She
be
said
great.
she's a professional. She even teaches this at a university. She says she's a professional. This is what she does.
Okay.
This is what she does. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, so how about any of you guys see what? You need me to do something? Okay, I'm sorry. He was waving. Okay, I thought you was breakdancing. I thought you wanted to look at. No, I'm just playing. So, how many of you guys saw the post on Insta? I think it was on Instagram where what's her name? Was it Jordan? What was the young lady's name that was helping Simone Biles fix her hair? She gave her the mirror. Do you guys remember that? That was a powerful moment to me. Especially because Simone Biles has been getting so much heat about her hair, and people have been on her. But it's a scene where Simone's trying to fix her hair on her lap like this, and the girl sees her and comes over and holds the phone up for her. And that really is like the epitome of like true friendship. Because no matter what, I feel like we should all be covering each other. Like that was an awesome moment of covering your friend. And I just want to touch on that. Anything you want to say? Anything that stood out for you with the Olympics, outside of the Olympics?
I'm in my feelings a little bit right now for Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the Olympics?
No.
You're good on the Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So what we're going to do is have our special guests come up. I'm so excited about this part because I want people to understand that there are tips and strategies and solutions, and I feel like that's the reason why we thought it was so great to have her be on the first one. So you want to do official intro before she comes up?
Sure. So I would like to introduce Sherelle Flagg, the founder of Pretty Moody. Pretty Moody, is a menopause and lifestyle community. Sherelle is going to help us out. She's going to share some resources. She can maybe share a little bit of data, the science between menopause, and also talk about some of the products that she offers that I've myself have had the opportunity to utilize some of the products, and I do find them useful as well.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Welcome back, and we are so excited to have Sherelle Flagg, founder of Pretty Moody, here to talk to us about all things menopause.
Yes.
Hi, Sherelle. How you doing today?
Hello, ladies. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. We definitely wanted you to be in our first comeback episode.
Yes,
we thought
we
it was
could.
imperative.
We couldn't think of anyone else.
Yeah.
You were top of mind
Yeah.
to be on our first comeback episode.
That is huge. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me. What you guys are doing is amazing. I mean, 50 is definitely the new now, especially in menopause. So, yes, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
So tell us all about Pretty Moody and how you got started with it.
Whew. So I heard you ladies mention the pandemic a couple of times, and during the pandemic, I got thrown into surgical menopause. It was during a time where I'm a salon owner, I'm a hairstylist. My salon was shut down during the time, and I was having some issues with fibroids and cysts, things like that, but I kept pushing it off because I ain't had time for that. I was just trying to, deal with things that had to be dealt with, life. And I was not trying to go to the hospital during COVID. So finally made the decision that I gotta go and see what's going on. And my doctor was like, you gotta take care of this now. And I was like, can we do it like in October? It was like June. And she was like, no, like you really have to take care of this now. Like it's a detriment, to your health. And all I was thinking about was my salon was shut down. We was just about to open back up. And now she's telling me I got to be out for surgery. But on top of that is COVID, and I got to go to a hospital.
Right.
So I think that just trying to wrap my head around all the parts of it, you know, was a lot. But I knew it was something that I had to do. So I made the decision to have the surgery. And what it was an ovarectomy. I had one ovary that was a remainder from a partial hysterectomy when I was 27. And at this time I was 47, and that one ovary was overworked and had to be removed. So when I did that, it threw me right into menopause.
Okay, so immediately it wasn't like a build-up. You went right into menopause.
Like soon as I woke up.
Really? So describe that. You woke up. Describe
goodness.
that.
Oh my goodness. So I mean, but can you imagine just like getting that news and like leading up to? I had 2 weeks though. I only had 2 weeks from the time that I was told to when the surgery was booked. So I was trying to cram information. I was calling women in my family, trying to talk to the ladies that was sitting in my chair. Nobody wanted to talk about menopause. Like nobody.
Really?
Let's talk about that
Nobody.
for a minute. Let's pause right
The
there and
stigma
talk
of it.
about how nobody talks about menopause, and you think it's just hot flashes. And it's so much more than that.
Right.
Can you speak a little bit
Oh
to
my
that?
gosh, yes. So again, nobody wanted to speak about it. I talked to my mom. I'm like, what happened? Like, did you? She's like, oh, I just had flashes. I'm like, what is that? She's like, just a flash. So that was all I got from her. My aunt was like, I mean, you know, I got a little hot here and there, but I don't know what to tell you. No, none of my girlfriends, they were looking at me like, nope, not me. And what I realized is this was something that had been passed down to us from generation to generation, right? We hear the term generational curses all the time, but from my understanding, it was broken down to me where women back in the day were not allowed to speak on how they felt, period. If they were feeling bad, they couldn't say anything. You just had to grin and bear it.
Right.
And that was the energy that got kind of passed down, you know, through the generations. And when it got down to us now, here we are, we're like, wait a minute, we need some answers. Like, this is crazy. And during my research, I found that there was not a space for it. Like, today is completely different. Back in COVID, nobody was talking about menopause at all. Like, when I was looking for information, there was nothing really there. So from that, I knew that I had to change that because we needed a space. I was like, every single woman is going to go through menopause at some point. Why are we afraid to speak about it? Why is there not, you know, an abundance of resources? And what is this stigma? Like, why is it like this frowned upon, like, bad thing? So I didn't understand, like, any of that. Right. And once I started digging a little bit and kind of making people talk about it, it was still a lot of hesitation. But I was like, I'm just going to take this and live my journey out loud and try to get some answers for us. Right. So that's pretty much how I started Pretty Moody.
Great.
Thank you for doing that. Can
thank
you
you.
share with us in the audience some of the symptoms outside of just hot flashes, and then even talk about like what hot flashes mean? Like, if you are having hot flashes, what is that?
Yes. So first of all, hot flashes is like the number one known symptom of menopause. What I found is that there are over 80 symptoms in
Really?
menopause, over 80. The hot flash is a part of the vasomotor symptoms, which, again, that's one of the well-known symptoms, like the mood swings, you know, the hot flash, the irritability. Those are things that we are pretty much familiar with. But when you start talking about brain fog, your cognitive, you know, issues, that your memory declines, you walking in the room, you're like, oh my God, what was I coming in here for? I was about to say something. What the heck was I about to say? Or, you know,
Does
like,
that help? Just holding my eyes back? Does this help?
It'll help
Does this
release
help?
some tension a little bit for us, but you know.
I thought that was one of the strategies
Oh
she
my
was giving us. Go like
goodness.
this.
The brain fog is
fog is
real,
real.
Yeah.
real. And I've experienced a lot of anxiety in menopause, the depression or depressed moments, as I was told about it. They come, you know, also where you're just trying to figure out, why am I feeling like this? Like, I was just, I'm grooving, I'm okay. And then I'm like, oh my God, Lord, tell me what's going on with me. Like, you really go from like one end of the spectrum to the other.
Right.
But again, these are all things that are normal for us. And the hot flash happens because our hormones are decreased so much in menopause, like our estrogen levels, progesterone levels, like even, having the brain fog moment, testosterone. Like, we have all of that, and all of them matter to us in our hormones, and especially in menopause. So there's a depletion that's happening.
Right.
And when that happens, that fluctuation, like, our brain is like, okay, wait a minute, I'm getting like really, really hot here. And it's like it's trying to help save us, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to help save us.
Right.
It feels like it's trying to take us out.
Kill us. Kill us.
Right? So our body is like heating up, and then some people may notice after the hot flash, you might even get a cold flash, because now your body is like, okay, that's over. I got to come back and bring everything to like some balance. But the hot flashes, they're a beast, and they come in some women and will wreck your whole life, right? So we have to be aware of what is happening to us individually on our menopause journeys, because some women have hot flashes, some women don't have hot flashes. Some women have insomnia, they can't sleep at night. Some women have issues with their joints, the joint pain. And a lot of things get misdiagnosed in menopause because our symptoms mimic like other diseases, so to speak, right? So, for instance, there was a young lady who was misdiagnosed with MS, and she was in perimenopause. And her doctor just took at face value what she said her symptoms was, didn't check for anything else, and gave her a MS diagnosis, right? Because she was having a severe joint pain and some of the other cognitive things that was going on with her. So it's just important that we do our due diligence and, just learn what's out there, and don't ignore things that are happening, to your body.
Right. From the list of, you did give us some more symptoms, but from the list of 80, can you give us like your top 2 that women in general would be amazed that is on the menopause list?
Yes, I would probably have to say one that was sending me through the roof was morning sickness feeling, but the nausea.
Nausea?
Whew. Like waking up every morning feeling like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. And you're not,
That's
you're
crazy.
not. Yeah. But you're going through like all of this nauseated like feeling. That was one. And then another one that was odd that I hear people speaking about now is like the burning mouth syndrome.
I never heard of that.
So it's like the roof of your mouth is literally like on fire, like someone has a match lit to it. Yes. And one more I can give you that's a little popular is the tendinitis, which is the ear ringing, where you just sitting there and you start, you hear like a xylophone thing.
What causes the roof of the mouth? I've never heard of that.
Well, the thing about it is every time I'm trying to get answers to what's causing these things, it always points back to the fluctuation in our hormones. And it is just a thing that is just ticking this one thing off and making it happen. So you really can't pinpoint as to what exactly is making that happen, but we do know that it's associated with menopause symptoms.
Okay. Is there? Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to share from me, just to say, like, just do your research and look at natural remedies. I know even on the Pretty Moody website, it's different resources and information there. I suffer from brain fog a lot, and the brain fog has now created anxiety because now I'm so anxious that I'm going to forget all these things. And I had tried to have a talk with my GYN about it, and she wanted to give me the antidepressant.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not
depressed.
Yeah. I'm not taking
I want to
this.
remember. I'm trying to remember something.
I said, I'm anxious because I'm forgetting everything because I have brain fog. So you're not going to mask this anxiousness
Right.
instead of helping me deal with the brain fog and just
Right.
give me an antidepressant. And she was like, well, so then she said, well, try these supplements. But I had to like push and be like, no, I'm not taking that.
Right.
But she did still send the script to Rite Aid, and it's still sitting at Rite Aid probably because I didn't get it. But I'm just saying, like, we just really have to know what's best for us
Right.
and our bodies,
Right.
even when it comes to menopause, because our practitioners in the medical field aren't even giving us the answers that I feel are worthy to us that we need to
Right.
know to how to navigate this.
I just want to add something to what
true.
Tiffany's saying, because I think it's also good for us in our friendships and our relationships with family that we're also paying attention to that as well. Because I think for you at first, I don't even think you thought it was a thing. Remember, I was like, Tiff, I'm about to cry.
She was.
I was like, I'm
she
about,
was
you don't remember?
concerned.
You don't remember?
She was. I was
like,
like,
what's
I don't
going
remember
on?
that.
I'm like, how do you
Yeah.
don't remember?
Yeah.
And
We
this
were
goes
just there.
back to COVID. Remember, you
Yeah.
bought me. She went to the health food store and got me some brain
I was
supplements.
like, we got this one, this
Like,
one,
let me
this
get
one.
something for
Mix
you.
them up.
She was,
Mix them up.
but back then I had not yet turned 50,
Yeah.
so
Right.
my mom was. All she told me was flashes, take
Yeah.
some black cohosh pills, you good,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't know what it was. So she was like, Tiff, you're gonna make me cry. Like she in
Like,
the
that's
middle
scary.
of COVID,
Yeah, it is.
she
It's-
went out,
Someone and they don't. I'm like,
Yeah.
and
left
there's no way
me
you don't
some
remember.
pills
It's-
at the door.
It's super scary. And a couple of points that you both made. Number one, yes, it is so important that we are in tune with the woman around us and what's going on. Pretty Moody likes to stimulate. Our pillars are your work life, your home life, and your social life, because that covers us everywhere, right? And a lot of times women are dealing with these things and not speaking to one another about it because, number one, you're embarrassed, right? A lot of us are, we're bosses in our own right. We got stuff to do.
Right.
So when you're trying to show up as your best self and you can't, and you have no control, like that drives you bonkers.
It does not
right?
feel good at
yes,
all.
it does not feel good.
It has brought me to tears.
Yes,
because I'm
yes.
so anxious.
You're so
and
used
I'm
to
so
having
used- I have my
control.
own business. Like
That's right.
I forgot to run payroll for my company.
Oh yes, and it
That
happens.
was major.
Yes.
I was in tears because I was like, okay, this is serious.
Yes.
Like you forgot your own bread and your team's bread.
Yes.
Like what's going on here?
Yep.
But like that was like a shaking and an
Yeah.
awakening for me.
That's real though, and the other thing is we're waiting until we think that we have to be of a certain age for these things to happen to us. So I'm trying to stimulate also the area of educating young girls on their journeys to womanhood, because they need to understand before they're sitting in this space, like, okay, what's going on with me? So it's up to us to do a better job for ourselves and for the young ladies that are coming behind us so that they're more educated. When they're sitting in that doctor's office, they can say, no, I'm not just settling for that, and learning to advocate for themselves. Perimenopause starts in your 30s, right? And a lot of, my oldest daughter is 31. And some of the things that she have been embarking on her journey to her full-blown womanhood, she's been coming to me like, oh my God, Mom, I saw you did a post. I think that happened to me. Right? And I'm like, okay, well, let's unpack that. Let's talk about that. And long and behold, yes, she is starting to take on some of the perimenopausal symptoms. So it's important, again, that they know when I get to my 30s, I need to start looking out for these things. In your 40s, you're in full-blown perimenopause. So you can have pretty much all the symptoms. Even though you're having, a menstrual cycle still, you can still have all the symptoms of menopause, like in your 40s, and get pregnant.
So before you go into your products, could you just share, especially those that are married or have significant others, can you give them some tips on having that conversation so that they're equipped, because they don't have a clue either, like how to support and like what's happening, just so that there's that support at home?
Tie that brother up. No, I'm just kidding. Because he's going to have to get it. He's going to have to
figure it
listen.
out.
But, I would say be very honest. Be very honest with where you are, because if you're not, then you can't come to somebody else and try to explain to them, you know, all the nuances that are coming with this menopause journey. So I would say, number one, start with being true with where you are in your journey, and really just sit down. All it takes is really just sitting down, like, hey, we need to have this conversation. You know, I'm going through some changes right now, and I need for my family and the people around me to be supportive. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. And if you don't feel you can do it, I am a certified menopause coach.
Yes,
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
And a
Congratulations on that.
certified health and wellness coach. Yes.
a
So
blessing.
I love to go into your space to help you cultivate those conversations. And if you just want to say, hey, you know, I just don't know what to say, I'm ready to do this, shoot me an email, Sherelle@prettymoody.com, and I can definitely, you know, help you voice what you need to. Because it's so important that we have these conversations, and they have to start at home.
All right. So show us what you have.
Products.
Let us know about
So-
the products and then
Yes,
how it benefits us. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, my background, I said earlier, I'm a hairstylist. My husband and I both, we have a hair care product company called Race Hair Care Products. So my background, I have history with formulating products. So when I was talking to my doctor about menopause, and I love her dearly, known her for decades, the only thing she offered me was HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. And I didn't want that. I wanted a more natural, holistic alternative. A lot of doctors are not into that because they're looped in with the pharmaceutical companies, and money makes money, right? We all know that business side. So although I'm not against women who chose to go the HRT route, I think you have to do what's best for you. I wanted a more natural approach. So I formulated skincare oils, primarily because in menopause, due to the decreased estrogen, our skin gets crazy all over, from the rooters to the tutors. So I needed something to help, you know, with my collagen build up, keeping the elasticity good. I wanted all natural again, vegan herbal products. As you can see, they all have like the botanicals that are in them. This is the eucalyptus. It's called Glow Up. That helps like balances if you have breakouts, things like that. The neroli oil is the queen's oil. Again, you can see all the herbs in there. But the skincare oils, again, were formulated to just combat that dry, itchy skin that we get in menopause. And they're all formulated with 100% argan oil as the base oil. And then I have a magnesium spray, which is a magnesium oil. I actually just made this one because I saw that there was like a craze, of course, on TikTok, because everything's on TikTok. But I was already using magnesium in my products. Magnesium is amazing for menopause. It helps with joint pain, anxiety, depression, sleep. It helps, you know, balances your hormones out, keep you a little, you know, grounded, so you're not so snappy on everybody, you know. So we like a little magnesium in menopause.
You're not so pretty moody.
Yeah, you're not so pretty moody all the time. But the magnesium spray is great because, and anything transdermal is great because it's going to absorb right into your skin and into your bloodstream. So I like to spray this on the bottom of my feet, the back of my calves, like at night, to help bring me down. Magnesium kind of triggers your brain to say, hey, we need to chill out a little bit now. So it sets the tone for helping you get a good night's sleep at night. And of course, if you want instant hot flash relief, then you just get your little fan here, you know. Got stands. Listen, we got gadgets for days for menopause. So again, everything was basically just made and sourced so that I can combat my own issues in menopause and then use them to help everybody else. Yep. And then neck fans, I have like the neck fans also, and shea butter as well, which is fair trade sourced from Africa. But again, ultra moisturizing, anything to help with dry skin, hot flashes, and sleep. And you can find all the products at prettymoody.com.
Prettymoody.com.
Yes.
But before you go, I know you're sold out, but I feel like that's your
like,
your top
talk about
products.
Oh,
I
the
still want you to
patches.
talk about them, but
Yeah.
they need to know that they're so good that they're sold out.
Yes,
But still
so-
tell them about it so they can be looking for them when you
Yes.
replenish.
So they're speaking about, I have a transdermal hot flash relief patch, and it comes in a daytime and nighttime formula. And basically, I formulated the patches because I wanted something quick that I'm a hairstylist, so I'm behind a chair all day, I'm sweating, I'm hot, but I wanted something that I can just put on, and just go on about my business without having to wear the fan all day if I didn't want to, and then something at night that I can put on to kind of help with my sleep. So the patches were formulated to do that. So they're transdermal patches. They will be back in stock, I'm hoping, within the next couple of weeks.
So as soon as they are, we'll put them in the group.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely put
Thank
them in the
you.
group.
Thank you.
So much great
Yeah,
information.
this was great. Thank you so much for coming. This was awesome.
so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was amazing. And I just want to say that by next year, the year 2025, over 6 billion women would have entered into menopause.
Wow.
So hence the reason why the conversation is getting a little broader now.
Right.
But I mean, it's long overdue. It's not like
is.
it's going to say, oh, I
Right
love
on time
you.
for
Yeah,
us.
I'm not going. I'm
Right
gonna
on time
skip
for us.
you. Yeah,
It's not a respect
yeah.
of a person.
Yes.
No.
And it's not all bad. And this is like amazing again what you're doing with 50 is the new now, because I feel like when I heard you both speaking about your fashion and everything, like now I'm doing me. Like I'm
exactly.
wearing what I want. If I want my belly hanging out and over that day, you're going to see it. It is what it is. If I want my cellulite to get some air, you're going to see it. I'm doing me. So, and
That's
this
good.
this has been challenging. Definitely, but I feel like God put me on this journey for a reason, to be a voice and a vessel, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. But this is our second spring, ladies, so we're going to find what we need to go in our menopause toolboxes and live the best menopausal life we can.
Yes.
That was a strong closeout.
good.
Appreciate that.
Love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you
again,
so much,
as soon as you
Sherelle.
go live, or as soon as they're on the site, send it to either Tiff or I, and we'll make sure that we send it out to
Can
the
you
group.
say the website? Just
Oh, yes, thank you. The website is prettymoody.com. Everything is Pretty Moody.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Okay, so and the other thing I want to talk about, so Tiff also is a
Mimi.
triple
Yes.
Mimi.
In the past almost 2 years, I have 3 grandsons. Yes.
Yep, so at the same time, Tiff's birthday is in 2 days.
Oh my gosh!
Happy
y'all sneak that
birthday
in on me?
to you, German chocolate. Happy
Oh my
birthday.
That's my favorite cake, German chocolate.
Happy
Don't
birthday.
make me cry. I'm the
It's
one
in
who's
2
always
days.
surprising everybody else.
That
Thank
was hard
you.
too. That was a hard surprise.
It was?
We just want to surprise you for your birthday. Happy birthday.
Are these real candles?
They're the sparkle can. They're the whatchamajigger. I don't know. I don't know. They're the kind that act like, I don't know. Blow it and let's see.
Okay.
Are the fake me out cans? Woo! We also have cupcakes over there.
I'ma
If you
eat
don't
these
like,
carbs
I know
tonight,
you are.
baby.
You eat the whole thing if you want to.
Thank y'all so much.
You are more than welcome. More than welcome. We also have cupcakes over there too if you want some cupcakes.
It can stay.
Mignon Blaylock made both. Another person we all grew up with.
Thank you, Mignon.
Yeah, Mignon couldn't be here today. Her daughter's actually in labor, so
Yeah.
yeah, she wanted to be here to present.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anything you want to close out with real quick?
No, I just really want to say thank you for taking the time out of
Yeah.
your busy schedule to be here with us tonight. We are so excited. You will y'all gonna be like, they on again? What they doing this time?
I have so much to talk about now.
Yeah,
life was lifing. I'm back at it.
Yeah, and
I keep seeing this.
I just want to keep.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I just want to, reiterate, like, the time is now.
Yep.
Like, take this time to think about the season that you're in,
Yeah.
things you maybe have put on the back burner, right? Like, Tammy and I are here to assist you. We're both entrepreneurs. If it's a business, if you know what, I want to learn how to get my swag a little bit more.
Y'all trying to find somebody on eHarmony, I can coach you right on through.
Oh, she can coach you through eHarmony, right?
Coach you right on through.
Yeah. Oh, she said she's ready now. Okay.
Okay, you told me give you a couple of months. You're ready
now.
now.
So, we'll talk about the engaged, the married. I'll be married 22 years in September. So just like even the challenges, thank you, that, as what Sherelle said, like, I had to have, like, chalk. Like, I blame everything on menopause now. So he says, like, you blame everything on menopause now. But no, like, he understands, right? Because I had to have those candid conversations with him. So we just have so much in store for you guys. A lot of special guests lined up. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, and I just want to say, especially for the singles, like, I know, like, some of us are single because we chose. Like, people have a hard time believing that I chose to be single. Like, I literally said that I wasn't going to get married or date anyone for my kids. I didn't want to bring people into their lives and have them experience the letdown that they had with their dad. Like, there's a running joke that says there's 5 men that knew where I live, and it was UPS, USPS, FedEx, my dad and their dad was the only men that knew where we lived. I really didn't even start dating out loud until Isaias was a junior in high school. So my older son took it the hardest because I would track my computer. Remember, he set it off. I'd be on a date, my computer would be going ding, 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 ding. My phone would be going off. So they took it kind of hard. But
Tiff, do you know where my mom is?
You know where my mom is?
No, I don't.
But yeah, but like, that was a conscious decision. I probably had about 3 people propose to me prior to the one that I said yes to. So it wasn't that. So I just want to be able to share that journey with you guys, because some of you did put your life on hold for your kids. And for some of us, that was the right decision. For some, it wasn't. So I'm just going to be really transparent and walk you guys through this. Even the whole part of being like a bonus mom, because now I'm a bonus mom to 3 other children, and one just turned 13. So interesting to note.
Blended families are.
Yeah, blended families are a thing.
Well,
yeah.
Blended families are something that people don't talk about.
Right.
And especially somebody like Tammy, who has been single for so long, and now her kids are older.
I'm being a mom.
And now she's a bonus mom
I'm
again.
a queenie and a bonus mom. But what's so crazy is I was so bougie. I was really looking for somebody that had no kids. You got kids?
Yeah.
Why you got kids?
Yeah.
Why you got kids? I got kids. We
so
both
much
can't have
alike.
kids.
We're so much alike. Like, before I met my husband, it was my first marriage, his second, but he had kids. And girl, you got a kid. How you gonna convince somebody else not to have a kid? And you coming to the table with a kid.
But top of my list was no kids. But let me tell you something. If you get this age and it's a man with no kids, Ivan, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Did you hear me? If you get this age and you don't have no kids, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. We'll talk offline. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for coming out. We really had a great time, and you will see us more often.
Yep, and we look forward to doing some in-person events.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.